Whether you like Ren, or can't stand to not throw a constant stream of bullshit out every turn, PBO is there for you. Maybe it's the constant sacrifice of your trusted allies, maybe it's the anime girls with racks as huge as your homosexuality. Nobody can say for sure, but what we do know is that PBO is pretty fun and actually decently good. The deck starts with the Ride Line. Full Bow does nothing, and Blaster Javelin also does nothing because it's only turn 1. Blaster Dark is when things get pretty good. Javelin and Dark work together in that when Javelin is rode upon, you get to call the top card of your deck to rear as rest, and then with Blaster Dark's skill you can counterblast 1, retire one of your rear guards, retire an opponent's rear guard, and give itself +1 drive for the turn. Now that's a pretty good generic package for any Keter deck that will surely be used forever, I think. Next is the Grade 3, Phantom Blaster Overlord, where we just skip Dragon entirely, but there is the first skill of Overlord to pay attention to, which is that if you have Phantom Blaster Dragon and Soul, this gets +1 critical. So if you don't know anything about the deck, we do have plenty of ways to get that fucker in there, and just keep him in there for some easy extra critical. Nemain and Drooling Angel are the two cards that allow us to do this. Nemain on call is able to counterblast 1 and put a card from hand into soul to draw 2 cards, which is also helpful for finding our more essential pieces just by kind of looking through the deck a bit. Drooling Angel on the other hand allows you to, on call, put a card from your drop into your soul to then check the top 3 cards of your deck for a copy of it and call it to rear. Also very good for finding your more essential pieces. These more essential pieces is actually just Cliona, the best card in the deck I think. Not only does she count as 2 sacrifices for your Blaster Vanguard, but also, when retired, so long as your opponent is at grade 3 or greater, she gives Blaster Dark the ability to, when attacking, discard a card and perform drive checks. But holy fuck, I'm not done yet. This is usable with Phantom Blaster Overlord's skill, where when it attacks you can retire 2 of your rear guards to call Blaster Dark from drop or soul, and then if your opponent's at grade 3 or greater, the both of them get 10k for the turn, and then Blaster Dark gets 5k because something was retired this turn. After she gets used as 2 sacrifices, Blaster Dark gets called, and she gives the skill to Blaster Dark. You can use his skill to counterblast 1, retire one of your rear guards, retire an opponent, and give him +1 drive. This means that you have Blaster Dark doing twin drive on rearguard without even getting your overtrigger, at the small cost of needing to discard a card, and also retiring Blaster Dark at end of turn because of Cleona's effect. Which is actually a good thing, because that protects Blaster Dark from getting sent to the bottom of the deck, locked, or bound in any way and removed from the game. I'm telling you dude, she does it all. It's top tier because of this. Here's the deck I was using today, and in now normal fashion, I'm going to be explaining the cards as they come up just to save some time in the video. I have an awful idea what I can make for the thumbnail of this picture for this video.
I dread to see it.
You will dread to see it. Because you see, the best part is, when you can draw the worst things imaginable.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. You can draw anything. So we're back and Matt is playing Avantgarda again, and I always feel awkward starting the narration for these videos. I always talk in the intro and make some memes and some jokes. When the actual fight starts and not much is going on, because it's just the start of the game. The only thing that really is happening is that Mad writes his grade 2, and with his grade 1's effect when rode upon, he searches for the grade 1 strategy order. But the thing is, he already has it in hand and only runs 1 copy, so with a grade 1's effect, it'll at least call itself out to the rearguard, and then he'll go ahead and play it. But again, there's really not much else to commentate right now. How are you guys doing? I'm doing okay today. Discard and ride. Grade 1 skill, call to rear. Then Blaster Dark skill, retire your grade 1, gets +1 drive. And call 2 Camelots. Go 10.
No grade.
First, nothing. No. Second, crit power.
Power, heal.
And then attack, skill, Soul Blast, gets 10 because something was retired this turn, so 20k to Van?
20 and 30?
Yeah. And, yeah, I'll Soul Blast to give him 10k, so 30. Pass the turn. That's the first taste of Blaster Dark, just given the constant stream of bullshit with this deck, and now Avantgarda can show off his constant stream of bullshit. Which makes me think that these two decks are a pretty good matchup, because it really is just like throwing out multiple attacks, multiple drives, just a lot of stuff constantly. Matt is making sure to play his strategy orders as he can, just so that he always has some option for the next turn, and also using Hand at a Halfway to draw a card and act as a pretty good booster.
Because one of your retired that one?
No, I'm retiring the other.
No.
Okay.
That way I could infirm this column.
Man, I miss Yugioh. I miss waiting 3 years for support for one deck and only getting one card that doesn't address any of its problems. But at least now in Vanguard I have a different problem. Evangarda just got a crit and he's restanding because the attack hit. I do at least get a defensive draw, so kinda pog if I'm not gonna lie. And then the second attack now I am going to be perfect guarding. Big Dick PBO is coming out, and luckily I'm going second, so Matt's already at grade 3, and now when I call Blast of Dark, he and PBO are going to be getting 10k each for free. I'm also calling out Ezra to be able to check the top card of my deck, and I'll just keep it on top. I do really like the deck stacking effects, and it's kind of the one thing I like most in Keter. And so right now, PBO is attacking using Cliona as 2 sacrifices, and then immediately Cliona is going to give Blast of Dark the ability to do drive checks at the low cost of discarding a card, so I will immediately then use Blast of Dark's skill to retire one of mine, retire an opponent's rear guard, and give himself an extra drive check for the turn. While playing the deck, I usually do like to have a third attack where I just put all the triggers I get from PBO and Blast of Dark onto it, just so that there's like one final attack that forces the most guard out of the opponent, I think, so... Not sure about the entire logistics about it. It's not exactly mathematically correct by like a pure standard, but it's been working out pretty good. I do quite like this deck and it's been performing well at locals. Matt's turn now, and with a Persona Ride, Avantgarda is at his full power because he doesn't even have to hit to restand now. Lloyd Xeriath is going to be called out, and Matt is not going to be calling a Dragon Tree marker, but he is going to be immediately using a set order so that Lloyd can check the top 5 for a card to call to rearguard. He's also using the grade 2 strategy, which will give Vanguard 10k and prevent me from intercepting or using blitz orders for the rest of the turn. Which is quite alright. I can't intercept anyways, and I don't have Sanctitude in my deck because I don't want to have any orders in my deck and run the risk of Blaster Javelin and Blaster Dark not working because I don't have a rearguard to use. Matt's gonna get a lucky critical, but in my infinite skill, I'm getting 2 lucky criticals defensively. All things considered, I think this is actually pretty unlucky because I really would have rather have those criticals in my deck for drive checks next turn instead of just getting an easy guard here when I could have just guarded it anyways. I got a Persona Ride here, which is pretty nice, and I even get to use Spiral Cutie Angel, which is a one of in the deck because I only have one. I got it in a pack like not even an hour before recording this video, and I just decided to try it out. It's pretty nice though. I definitely would like to have more in the deck. And now again, this is basically the exact same play. Cliona attacks now that there's a Persona Ride, and then PBO attacks, retiring 2, and just getting the entire combo with Blast of Dark on rear with Twin Drive, and just putting all my triggers onto Ezrod at the end. Unfortunately, both get perfect guarded, and on Blast of Dark's Twin Drive I get Bupkiss, so it is kind of going downhill now.
Oh no, I'm not sure if I drew from Avantgarda. I did. No. I'll see it in the video if I misplayed.
Yeah, I'll be sure to look for that.
You're not sure if you drew from Persona right or Avantgarda?
From Evangarda skill, add the soul, gain 5k, and draw a card. I'm not sure if I drew the card.
I'm not actually that bothered by this misplay, and in fact I kinda deserve it because the last time that me and Matt played on this channel when I was playing Arcadia, I kinda just wildly misinterpreted how Arcadia actually works and was double buffing my monsters when I called them, so the win from that video is not mine, so if anything, if Matt wins, which is looking likely, he deserves it for the fight that he gave last time.
I'm gonna go 1 to pass.
Everything?
So this is where we probably still want to do hers. Because
I don't know. Now I'm going to be seeing this win is legit or not. Because I would have.
Well, I mean, you drawing or not drawing another card would not have changed the fact that I did not have enough to guard that.
Or would. Yeah, that crit would have been on the first draw check if I did.
Right. Well, what was the next card?
Next card would have been.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You played well. Also, do you want to have another game?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna switch decks though.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. I do think that the start of the video and the end of the video where I just don't have much to talk about is a recurring theme here, so I don't really have anything else to say except just like and subscribe, and my Twitter is in the description if you want to follow that, and see you guys later.